Thank you very much, Rohit. And I welcome everybody. Good afternoon. I welcome everyone to this 100th, lecture of our webinar series. And we are very lucky to have a very senior person who's going to conclude, who's going to be the last in this series. See, the Azadi Amrit Mahotsav has completed, as has been announced by the Government of India. And we have been celebrating this as with our webinar series, where we interacted with a lot of senior scientists, senior experts, learned people. And then we were lucky that during this journey we could come across so many learned people in all the sectors. There was a lot of learning. If you any one of you can connect with our videos which we have in our website, the speakers were across the spectrum. And this was how we were celebrating our Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We celebrated the glory, the culture, the tradition of our country through more learning, through enhanced learning. And, Skill Council has been moving forward and has been doing this for the last, it was the 99th last time, and today it is the 100th one. And we are very lucky that we have a very learned person today to complete this series, Dr. Reddy. He is from a very good organization, and I think his lecture is really going to enrich us at how we can reach that 500 megawatt, whatever targets we have to accomplish. Skill Council has been going forward. We have been working a lot, not only in solar, we have also been working in green hydrogen. We have 2 trainings which are, which are going to be organized in the next coming weeks. And now we are moving forward in all the sectors, whether it be net zero, whether it be carbon print, GHG emissions, sustainability, and all other sectors. These are all very important sectors. So with this, I want to welcome you, Dr. Reddy. And thank you for accepting our invitation, that you can enrich us further with your knowledge, with your presentation, and tell us how your organization is contributing, and it is doing a lot of many things. I told you I had the opportunity of visiting your office in Frankfurt long back, and we had interacted a lot on how renewables can be taken forward in India. So I think from there, taking it forward, today we have come to the stage where we are meeting you online and we are listening to you. So welcome once again. And I thank all the participants for having been there with us all this time. We had a wonderful, a gathering of our participants. They were learned people who had come every Friday. They have been coming and attending our lectures. But we will start something new that we will discuss, and we will again come, and we will not lose the connect which we have developed over the last 1.5 years. Thank you very much, and welcome once again, Dr. Reddy. We look forward to your presentation. Thank you very much. And I would now request Mr. Girish to kindly introduce Dr. Reddy. Thank you.
Thank you, Damija madam. Thank you so much for the opening remarks. Yeah. Girish, kindly go ahead. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to the 100th series of the webinar. Skill Council for Green Jobs is organizing a series of webinars to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav as a part of India's celebration of 75 years of independence. In this series, SCGJ is inviting eminent and learned speakers in different sectors on sustainable development, renewable energy, and waste management, so as to deepen the understanding of recent developments in these sectors. First in the series was launched on 24th September 2021. Today, we have Mr. Ramana Reddy, a very experienced, learned, distinguished speaker, who will be sharing his expertise and experience on green energy corridors, backbone to achieve 500 gigawatt of RE target by 2030, and other KFW activities in India. I would like to share his brief profile with all of you. Mr. Reddy is a renewable energy sector expert based in New Delhi. He did his MTech from IIT Madras. Mr. Reddy currently works with German Development Bank, KFW, and looks after matters related to financing of green energy corridor projects, green hydrogen projects, offshore wind projects, and other renewable energy projects, including compressed biogas projects and agri-PV projects. Mr. Reddy has more than 3 decades of professional experience in fields of energy, renewable energy, RE financing, procurement, and matters connected with energy efficiency. He is also in the past worked with premier renewable energy organizations such as Reddy, IREDA, and National Institute of Solar Energy. Now, I would like to request Mr. Ramana Reddy to start the presentation. Over to you, Mr. Reddy.
Thank you, Girish. Thanks a lot for the nice introduction. And yeah, I'm really privileged, to catch up with your 100th series of webinar series. Really, I'm a lucky one, and I hope to get involved in future also if any new series starts. Yeah. So I thought, last week, in fact, by chance, I met Girish. Not met, actually, I went to Girish's office, and yeah, later we spoke on phone, and he requested me if I can, give any lecture series on this. Then I said, this is what I'm doing, and we readily agreed to, brief about what I am currently doing, Green Corridor sector, and then other KFW activities, which I thought I'll tell. Many of you may have heard of KFW or may not have heard of KFW, but I thought it's good to explain about our activities to large gathering such as through this Skill Council web series. So how do we go, Girish? Shall we upload the presentation, or
You
how
can
do we
start with your
start?
presentation, sir.
Is it, shall I now again?
Yes, you have to again.
You have sir's presentation, or sir will have to share the screen? Okay.
No,
Is it
sir, will have to-
okay?
Yes.
No?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. It is visible, sir. Sir,
It is visible,
can you
no?
do it
Now?
on full screen, sir?
Full screen.
It is visible.
Sir, in the bottom.
I'm doing
Yes,
that.
yes.
Is it now full screen?
So.
No, sir. It's yeah.
For me, it is showing full screen. But
Yes, sir.
how do? Is it still not full screen?
Sir, no.
Actually, it's on the slide mode, sir. It is on the slide mode, so it's half screen and half slide.
But wait,
Can you go back again, sir?
yeah, no, actually, I am doing
Yes.
it, to make it full screen.
Sir,
And
now it is full screen.
Okay.
now it's full screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
No, it is again
Went back, huh?
coming. Yes. That the previous one.
Now it is full screen, sir.
Huh?
Now it is okay, sir. We can go ahead with this.
Now it's full screen?
Yes.
No. But you will not be able to see me. Huh?
It is full screen now.
But I think you cannot see me, but it's okay. Yeah. So, oh no. Yeah. So, friends, as Girish introduced, you heard about it, that I'm working with KFW. And in fact, I started my career with Terry New Delhi long time back in 1990s. So I could enrich myself with renewable energy expertise and energy efficiency. I thought I'll share whatever little I have acquired. So basically today I would focus mostly on green energy corridors, which KFW is currently supporting to MNRE and to Power Grid and to various state transmission companies. And then in the second half, I would explain about what KFW in other energy sectors is basically doing. Before that, I just wanted to say, many of you, sometimes when I meet people, they keep asking me, what is KFW? I thought, let me first clarify what it is about. So KFW stands for Kreditanstalt for Wiederaufbau. It's in German. So basically, it is, if you literal meaning is credit institution for reconstruction, or also bank for reconstruction. So, or it is also known as German Development Bank. It was formed in 1948 after World War II as part of Marshall Plan, which America has announced. So in fact, we have just last week started our 75 years of completion. So like India did last year, and KFW has started celebrating since last week. So that's about KFW. And also you must have heard about GAZ, which is our sister concern. It's a big name, Deutsche Gesellschaft for Internationale Zusammenarbeit. It's actually literal meaning is German Agency for International Cooperation. Basically, it was set up in 2011, merging earlier the organization known as GTZ and Invent and DED. All these three were merged and made as a GIZ. So GIZ, in fact, more popular compared to KFW in India, because they do a lot of capacity building activities in India. They take some teams also to Germany to showcase good practices, in Germany. So therefore, these two organizations are working in India, for quite some time. In fact, KFW has started funding as early as 1958 to start with Rourkela steel plant. So KFW is involved with the India growth story since 1958. So then, so as I said initially, my first about 10 slides, I will focus on what we are doing on green energy corridors. Then I would switch to our KFW, little bit about KFW activities in India. As you know, in COP26, so we have announced 500, 500, I should add gigawatt, 500 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel by 2030. And so it's a huge target for us to achieve. So as on date, we have achieved 186 gigawatt. It includes large hydro also. Large hydro and 7.5 gigawatt nuclear power is put together, known as and renewable energy, known as non-fossil fuels. And out of total installed capacity of 425. So that means we have 7 years left, and we have to achieve another 314 gigawatts. It's a huge task. Virtually how much? Almost 45 to 50 gigawatts of renewable energy should be added to reach 2030 target of 500 gigawatts. And then recently, you must have heard, green hydrogen mission also has been announced. Again, there are some targets for it, 5 million tons per annum green hydrogen production. So that green hydrogen additionally requires another 125 gigawatt of RE for green hydrogen. So that means, so what, 314 plus, so 400, almost 440 gigawatts need to be added. Plus renewable energy is going to stay here in various forms. Recently, Ministry of Power, I think this month, last month, has announced RPO for designated consumers, like fertilizers. There are about 10 to 12 designated industries, which is announced by Bureau of Energy Efficiency. So it says by 2000, it starts from next year, April onwards, all designated industries must consume almost 30% to start with. And by 2029-30, they should consume 43%. Else there will be suitable penalties, or they can purchase renewable energy, purchase certificates, etc. There are some mechanism that's being developed. So therefore, the importance for renewable energy is going to grow. And then Ministry of Power also announced procedure for implementation of uniform renewable energy tariff, I think last week. So and in fact, if you see, nowadays all developmental banks and all have stopped financing coal-fired anything related to fossil fuel. So only renewable energy would be financed mostly by institutions like KFW, World Bank, ADB, all these organizations. So therefore, one of the important activity that is forgotten in the process is the transmission system. We always talk about solar plants, wind plants, all these plants, capacity, etc. But there are a lot of things that happens behind the scene, because before any project comes up, transmission or evacuation should be in place, so that whatever is generated, it can be utilized by the consumers. So therefore, one has to plan in such a way that your transmission line is ready just before, maybe couple of months before your solar PV or wind energy or any project gets commissioned. So a lot of planning goes into that. So Central Electricity Authority does all this planning very silently. There are a number of committees in Central Electricity Authorities. Top big National Committee on Transmission is called NCT. It meets once in every 6 months, or it can even meet in as early as 3 months also if required. And the members include CEA, MOP, MNRE, NITI Aayog, Power Grid, Central Transmission Utility Limited, again subsidiary of Power Grid, and Grid Controller of India. So these are the members. They sit together and they obtain plans from all regional power committees, and then discuss and does the planning, transmission planning well in advance. Normally they start almost 3 to 4 years in advance before any renewable energy projects is planned, because normally solar and wind you can set up within say 6 months to 1.5 years. But transmission lines do take time, so they plan well in advance. And similarly, regional power committees are there, for 5 regions of our country: northern, western, southern, eastern, and northeastern. Again, similarly, here also we have members. Each regional power committee, then CEA, SECI, NTPC, NHPC, all these organizations tell what are their plans in the near future for next 4 to 5 years. Accordingly, this transmission planning is done. So then coming to this green energy corridor. So basically this word was coined sometime in 2012-13. Power Grid basically, which is our national grid corporation. So they have submitted a report to MNRE or MOP to develop green energy corridors from RE sites to the main grid, because you are developing a lot of green energy projects in renewable energy rich states. So you need to develop a grid also to evacuate all the power. So GEC implementation, that report was accepted, and the responsibility was given to MNRE, since MNRE is responsible for renewable energy development. So implementation of these green energy corridors was given to MNRE. Basically, green energy corridors has 3 components. One is interstate transmission system, that is between states, one state to other state. So that is usually being done by Power Grid. Then intrastate. Also nowadays, a private sector also has been invited to. I will explain what is the difference between Power Grid projects and other projects which are done through private sector or through competitive bidding. And then second one is intrastate, that is within the state transmission companies, STC we call. So STCs they develop their own transmission system of slightly lower voltage systems, and then setting up of renewable energy management centers and control infrastructure like reactive compensation, etc., for each region also falls under this activity of green energy corridors. So basically, regarding interstate projects, so we have, I mean, it was developed, it was planned that 3,200 circuit kilometer interstate transmission lines and 17,000 MVA substations were commissioned in March 2020 under a GEC1, because GEC2 has started, this year. That's why we are now. Earlier it was known as GEC, but then since now GEC2 has started, we are designating it as GEC1. So the project was started in year 2015. Here, Power Grid, PGCL, Power Grid Corporation of India Limited, was given the work, and the project costing was around 11,400 crores, and 30% equity by Power Grid and 70% loan from KFW and ADB. That is 500 million we have given, 500 million into almost 4,000 crores. And they have taken from ADB 2,800 crores. So the project was implemented to evacuate nearly 6 gigawatt, 6,000 megawatt of RE power. And then at the same time, there was also direction from MOP that, these are the various hubs, renewable energy hubs, from where all these power grid has to evacuate power. Parks like in Andhra Pradesh, Anantapur, and Pavagada in Karnataka, 2,000 megawatts. So all these Badla in again Rajasthan, Banaskantha in Gujarat, Fatehgarh in again Rajasthan. So these were declared as large solar parks which need to be connected with the main grid. So this work was given to Power Grid, and then as part of it, the REMCs have to be installed at the following 11 locations: Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and SRLDC. So 4 numbers, another 4 numbers in western region, and 3 numbers in northern region, are part of the Green Energy Corridor project, basically to strengthen this controlling evacuation system. So this is the interstate looks like. These are the predominantly large solar parks which are basically in western region, solar, etc. And here again in southern also Anantapur and this Pavagada in Tumkur districts. Again Rewa in Madhya Pradesh. So these were identified as initial GC1 projects, which are whose power need to be evacuated to national grid. So as I mentioned earlier, there are 2 methods of developing this green energy, or for that matter, any transmission lines. RTM, regulated tariff mechanism. This is usually done on nomination basis. Either they will give it to Power Grid, or if it is within the state, they will give it to state transmission companies without calling for tenders. The company has to develop it, the state utilities. Whereas this TBCB route, that is tariff-based competitive bidding. So here bids shall be called, wherein even Power Grid or state utilities also can participate in the bidding process, and whosoever quotes lowest annualized tariff for transmitting the power would get the work. For example, Fatehgarh was developed under private sector by this was developed by Adani Group. 1,000 evacuation of 1,000 megawatt of renewable energy power from Fatehgarh was developed under TBCB mode. But otherwise, normally the government of India decides if there are these projects are located in sensitive areas from defense point of view, then they will not go for TBCB mode, that is tariff-based competitive bidding. They would go for a regulated tariff mechanism and give it to mostly either to Power Grid or local state transmission utility. So this is then now let's go to intrastate, that is within the state green energy corridors. So here the target was 9,700 circuit kilometers and 22,600 MVA substations was approved. by the cabinet in 2015. And initially, 8 states, I will show these states in the map next in the next slide. 8 states, renewable energy rich states like southern region, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and in the west it is Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and in the middle it is Madhya Pradesh, have been identified to go for under this scheme. And here MNRE has supported 40% grant for these projects. It's a good thing that states also they cannot spend entire money by themselves, as they need to have so much equity and so much debt they have to take. Therefore, in order to encourage these green energy corridors, so MNRE has come forward with a subsidy of 40%. And then this project has been successfully completed last year. Of course, in 4 states, small packages here and there because of some right of way, because these are all these green energy or any transmission projects, they face land acquisition, because if it is passing through some good commercial area, then they get a lot of complaints, or people go to court for to change the direction of the route, or right of way issues. Again, many farmers or people who have a lot of political this thing, they go to court, or they will not allow transmission. And also sometimes forest department clearances also takes a lot of time. So because of that, out of 8 states, 4 states have completed their work, and remaining 4 states, maybe 10% work is still pending, which is likely to be completed by March next year. And GC2 has been announced this year with 7,500 circuit kilometer and 30,000 MVA worth substations, was approved in 2022. And again here, now that 8 states have become 7 states. So out of earlier 8 states, 2 states, no, 3 states didn't join this Green Energy Corridor 2. That is Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh have not joined. But then Uttar Pradesh and one more state, Uttar Pradesh and Kerala have joined in this GEC2 states. So this is the map showing GEC states where green energy corridors are being developed. So basically, GEC1 has evacuated 28 gigawatt of power of renewable energy with 100 substations, and estimated project cost is around 10,150 crores. And out of that, 40% loan from KFW and grant from MNRE 40%, 20% equity by those people, state transmission companies. But in GC2, MNRE has reduced a little bit of grant. From 40, they have made it 33%. So again, these are the targets, 7,500 circuit kilometers. And so these are KFW volume loans. For GC1, we have given about 1 billion, that is 9,000 crore loan. And project cost is 2.5 billion is worth of projects. And Karnataka has not taken any loan from anybody, so they have that is 40% grant, 60% they have done it through equity, but all others we have given loan. But in the case of GC2, HP, we are giving only loan to 4 states: Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. And HP, Gujarat, and Karnataka, I mean, they said they will, have their own financing arrangements. So we are limiting to these 4 states. Then that's about GC1 and GC2. But if you see that, what we have done is only 19 gigawatt and 20. So it's only to set some examples. Otherwise, our target is 500 gigawatts. a lot has to be done. This is only beginning, just to kickstart the process. So government also would anyway, will be there to kickstart any new scheme or new projects. They will not be able to give grant for all the projects in the years to come, but these are all starting projects, or you can say demonstration projects, or to kickstart the green corridor movement. But then a lot of private sector investment also is expected to come into that, so that we achieve 500 gigawatts by 2030. And then recently, in the last budget, it was announced, and again in the 18th October last month, cabinet approved a very big project to evacuate 13 gigawatt of renewable energy plus 12 gigawatt battery storage system project in Ladakh region. So Power Grid has been nominated here as implementing agency and will receive 40% grant from MNRE. It's a highly technically challenging project, high altitude transmission project in extreme weather conditions and mountainous area, with completion target of 2029-30. Project cost is around 20,000 crores, or 2.36 billion euros. So 40% they will get around 9,000 crores they'll get as a grant. Remaining, we are planning to give not full loan, maybe part of the loan. Some loan they would take from local banks. So in fact, it seems what we heard from Power Grid and all, this is the first of its kind. Nowhere in the world there is no transmission system at such a high altitude, close to 4,500 to 5,000 meter height. So therefore, it's on a mountainous area. How to erect? So all these companies like Siemens or Hitachi and other companies, they are doing studies how their equipment will behave at such high altitude. So they needed a lot of time even to submit their bids. They are doing a lot of studies. So yeah, so this project is going to be very challenging transmission projects in the world, actually, not only in India, but in the world. So it's about 713 kilometer transmission lines, including 480 kilometer HVDC line, and it will use a state-of-the-art voltage source converter technology. It's called VSC based technology, HVDC project. So I'm told it's very, state-of-the-art technology for that. So there will be one big substation at Pang area in Ladakh, and one in Kaital in Haryana. So this would look like this. From Pang to this thing, it will transmit around 13 gigawatt of power, solar and wind energy. So it will be completed by 2030. It's one of the prestigious project for Government of India. That's about briefly about our green energy corridors. Then I would briefly mention about what we are doing in India, the KFW. So basically, KFW, as you know, it belongs to German government, public bank, established in 1948, immediately after Second World War. It was set up basically to rebuild Germany after Second World War. But once it has achieved that, then it has started focusing on, supporting developing nations. And, it has shareholders. 80% is owned by central government of Republic of Germany, and 20% by federal states. The headquarters is in Frankfurt. We have about close to 8,000 staff in Frankfurt, and about 400 staff in worldwide. Like in Delhi, for example, we are about 23, 24 staff out there. So we have about 80 offices worldwide. So KFW has a good rating, AAA rating. Because of that, we also take loans from market, commercial market, London market. So because of AAA rating backed by German government guarantee, so we get bonds and other other instruments at a very good rates. So then we blend our borrowed money with German government also gives us annually X amount for as a grant amount, which is blended with our borrowed loans. And then we offer these as a loans in India. But in some countries, they can't take loans. For example, Afghanistan or some countries in Africa or Nepal, we give there as a grant projects. So therefore, their project sizes will be of small nature, because as the grant is limited only. So, but in India, we are able to offer in large volumes. India typically we give KFW gives about annually we commit about 1 billion. That means around 9,000 crores. 9,000 crores of loans we offer to Indian projects. Mostly we only give it to state projects like state government or central government projects like power grid or NTPC or state utilities, etc. So, so we finance long-term investment in developing countries, emerging economies with a focus on infrastructure, social development, governance, then development of financial systems, rural development, so etc. But in India, we are focusing mainly on three sectors. One is energy, another is urban systems, like including mobility. For example, we are supporting three, three to four metros. For example, Nagpur Metro we have supported 500 million euro, 4,000, that's about 4,000 crores. Then Surat Metro, then Ahmedabad Metro, and Mumbai Metro, one line basically. So, and in future also we are in talks with some other metro systems. So plus energy, I will be discussing what kind of energy projects we are supporting. So this is the blue area is where we have supported or supporting. For example, we have supported China, but in future we may not, because as China has reached a developed nation status. So but the funding would continue for other countries. So we have close to 400 staff worldwide and close to 70 overseas offices. So as I said, our loans basically they are committed at government to government level. For example, in fact, day before yesterday, India and Germany met at Vigyan Bhavan, and we agree. Okay, for next year we will commit for these projects. So these are agreed at government levels. So basically, all the public sector companies or state governments, they have to approach Ministry of Finance, Department of Economic Affairs with their proposals. So they have to upload their project. There's a portal in the DA. So then once the DA will not approve by itself, they will also refer it to their line ministries like MNRE, MOP or Niti Aayog, etc. Once they get their observations, comments, then they will pose it to us. Yes, we want loan for this project. Then we sign agreement either with Government of India or sometimes directly with project executing agencies like Power Grid or NTPC or IRIDA, REC, PFC, such organizations. And then, usually our loans are for 12-year repayment, 3-year moratorium, and 9-year repayment. Sometimes it can be 15 year or 20 years also, depending. Suppose hydro projects we give for 20-year repayment. So sometimes if the project executing agency is weak in financial structure, then we ask for a Government of India guarantee for these loans. But if they are good organizations like Power Grid or NTPC, then we may not insist for a Government of India guarantee. So in the case of energy sector, so we are basically focusing on renewable energies, energy efficiency, and or any project which reduces greenhouse gases. That's a broad criteria. Then this is the current portfolio we have: solar energy, wind parks, etc. Then about ongoing close to 850 million euro worth, and pipeline again similar amount 955. And we have, as I said, this is transmission systems, that's green energy corridors. So we have 1600 million worth projects and pipeline 300 million. So power distribution also we support many DISCOM projects, including smart metering, etc. So again, they also have a substantial amount, 451 ongoing and 758 million pipeline, and energy efficiency. So we support projects with the ESL, etc., and also we offered some lines of credit to State Bank of India for supporting energy efficient housing projects, or even with SIDBI, we are working to offer loans to MSME sectors. That's also close to ongoing is about 767 and 354 pipeline. And total ongoing is about 3,000 and 3,600, and pipeline we have about 2.3 mil, 2,367 million euros. So this is the map showing like this yellow color solar energy projects which we have financed. See, this includes some private sector. We don't finance private sector directly, but we give a loan to line of credit to REC, PFC, IRIDA, for example, or Bank of Baroda and SBI. These are the 5 institutions we have. So they will give it to private sector. So these are also we are taking credit under our this thing. And for example, this green, this thing is all green energy corridor transmission projects. So basically, this is our spread. So we still have to do some more projects in, say, Chhattisgarh. I think we don't have many, and yeah, Bihar and Jharkhand, and Northeastern we have some. So we are working out to spread it to even all over India. And yeah, once our Leh Haryana transmission completed, we will reach Ladakh region also. So these are the new areas of cooperation which we are now working on. Basically, green hydrogen. As you know, recently it was announced, so we are in talks with some of the public sector companies. So as you know, right now, I mean, experts are saying it's now costing $4 to $5 per kg. So price has to come down. Yeah. So government of India has also announced, 20,000 crore grant support for various activities. So once some project materializes, we want to finance. Plus, we are also in touch with a couple of public sector companies for offshore wind energy generation as well as evacuation also. Like, for example, PowerGrid also has plans to evacuate offshore wind energy, especially in Tamil Nadu, to start with in Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. MNRE and NIWE, National Institute of Wind Energy, they are working out. They would soon come out with a tender, so wherein people have to submit their bids. So that if they win the bids, then they would be allocated certain blocks in Tamil Nadu, like between Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka, and also or in the Kutch region, in this in Gujarat. So then we also we are working on agri PV, solar rooftop, offshore wind generation, and floating solar. If we get a good proposals from any public sector companies, we want to support. Plus, want to focus on round the clock renewable energy power, combined wind and PV, pump storage, PSPs, then battery storage. Then yeah, agri PV, I think I have already mentioned there. So then we are also this compressed biogas, there is one scheme announced by Ministry of Petroleum, Satat scheme. They have a target of 5,000 CBG plants. But the scheme is going a bit slow, but we have recently appointed a consultant to do analysis for us and tell us the future potential, so that we might offer, say, 100 million or some amount to some bank, so that they could extend these loans for private sector participation in the compressed biogas projects. Then we are also interested in supporting e-mobility or charging stations, wherever proposals comes in. So there was some statement that we wanted to offer 10 billion new additional commitment till 2030. That means every year 1 billion commitment would be given. And yeah, Germany welcomed green energy mission and 19,700 crore of grant by MNRE. These numbers, I think National Hydrogen Mission numbers. So KFW is keen to fund the initial GH2 projects in India. KFW is currently exploring opportunity with a couple of public sector companies who are interested to set up GH2 plants. So we are worldwide. We are working in couple of countries in developing green hydrogen projects like India, for example, Algeria, Egypt, South Africa, Namibia, wherever we have mentioned Morocco. So, so we are also seriously working in India also. We hope by next year we would get at least one project, first project to support green hydrogen or ammonia. Basically, many people are interested to set up ammonia plants, derivative of green hydrogen. So German government is planning to announce PTX development fund, that is to support initial green hydrogen projects. So most likely all details will be announced next month at Dubai COP28. So it will have two funds, PTX development funds. This any country, any company in those developing countries can access this fund. So there will be some limit, 15 to 20 million or 25 million per company. Then PTX growth funds, this is meant for European companies or consortium of companies with permanent establishment in Germany for financing large volumes of plants. So these two fund details will be announced properly after, announcing the procedure, etc. in Dubai COP28. So these are the places where one can get more information, website and email ID. Yeah, so that has been the activities we have been doing. So I would now allow some questions and answer sessions. So if any of you have any questions, I would be happy to answer.
Mr.
Yeah,
Reddy,
Girish? Yeah.
Actually, Dr. S.N. Srinivas has two questions
Hmm.
that he would like to ask.
Hmm.
Srinivas, sir, would you like to ask in person or should I ask the question for you?
Yeah, I can ask. Thank
Good
you.
morning, sir.
Good morning. Reddy, very good presentation. Excellent. Completely giving an overview of what all you are doing. Really excellent piece of work, I would say. I have two questions. One is on, one is on the, I remember those days in 92, we were not allowed to uh, evacuate the power to the grid. But now we have come all the way to, making corridors. So my question is, the current grid, whatever status it is, how much of percentage of RE it can take? So you are developing in the process of developing the green grid, but the current system, can it uptake 10%, 20%? What kind of uptake it can do? That's my first question, Reddy.
Yeah, yeah. See, basically, you see what I heard with from experts from transmission experts is that whatever grid is there, as soon as while we are developing new grids, new transmission lines for renewable energy like GC1, GC2, but then as thermal as demand is increasing, then they are slightly reducing generation of coal fired and allowing renewable energy to fit in during daytime or whenever wind is there nighttime, so that it's a kind of that's why all these regional load centers are being this thing to manage with the existing this thing, and also tell reduce coal-fired stations to back down. That's why many of the coal-fired plants once upon a time used to run at 90-95% plant load factor are now not able to achieve that because they are being forced to lower their generation because you have renewable energy power. Also the demand is growing definitely, but it is not growing at such a pace that where we cannot manage with the existing grid. So I don't know what to say about percentage, but whatever renewable energy we are able to generate, but we are not allowing it to go waste. So whenever it is coming up, so we are having a control to reduce coal-fired power plants or fossil fuel power plants.
Thanks, Reddy. Thanks for this. I have another question, if the organizers permit me.
Yeah.
Sure, sir.
On
Please
the
go ahead.
on the in terms of the coal, I know that banks and the international agencies like yours are not, they have started a full no to coal consuming units, even if it is improving the efficiency of coal consumption. Let's say in MSME, some units are consuming coal, say 100 tons. By energy efficiency, will reduce it to 80 tons. Even that is not permitted by the banks, by the multilateral funded projects. Is my understanding correct? In which case, is it not the dichotomy that you're not treating the gas and petroleum in the same lens? Over to you. Thank you.
Yeah. See, in fact, not now. Earlier, I was with, once with uh, uh, SIDBI, where we wanted to support one project, LED project, in one colony of coal-fired plant. There's a coal-fired plant, so there is a residential colony where they want to replace the old existing whatever sodium vapor lamps with LED lights, but they didn't allow it because it's in coal-fired area. Because once you support this, that means you are indirectly supporting coal-fired power generation. So that is the level of anything to do with the word coal is kind of this thing. I know sometimes one has to, because NTPC, for example, they are asking us, we cannot stop all the coal-fired plants, but can you give us some loan for FGDs in coal-fired plants? There are FGDs, means flue gas desulfurizers, because you have FGDs to trap sulfur coming out from flue gases, flue gas desulfurizers. So there is also one more, what is that called? ESPs, electrostatic precipitators. ESPs, they will arrest dust basically, and FGDs will arrest this thing from flue gases. They're asking, this is environmentally, good. I mean, it's basically to protect the environment, etc. But then there are strong directions from governments not to encourage this coal-fired or this thing. So although some deviations should be encouraged, but then who want to take risk? Like if you support anything, also that means you are indirectly encouraging coal-fired plant. So therefore, there is a strict no basically for these projects from multilateral or bilateral uh, funding agencies, anything to do with because see, there are other banks and all who would support these projects, but from these multilateral bilaterals, basically they're all for renewable energy or whichever reduces greenhouse gas emission. You can say broadly, you can say the project should reduce CO2. That's the main mantra. Then remaining, we will work around that.
Thanks, Reddy. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Srinivas. So,
If
Girish,
anybody else has any questions, they may please put it in the chat box. If there are none, then I would proceed with a formal thank you note to Mr. Reddy.
So that's it. Only one question from Srinivas.
Yes, two
Or two
questions
questions.
from Dr. Srinivas.
Yes. He was my
So I
ex-colleague in Terry, so we know each other very well, Srinivas and I.
that's good, sir. So in fact, I would like to give you a vote of thanks. Shall I go ahead?
Between friends, what is the vote of thanks? If you
Mr.
want to do
Reddy,
it formal, you can do it. Yes.
and our esteemed team, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of you for the remarkable success of our Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav webinar series. The celebration of India's 75 years of independence has been a significant journey, and it would not have been possible without each and every one of you. First and foremost, thank you, Mr. Reddy, for sharing your knowledge and insights, making the webinar engaging and informative. To all the participants, your active involvement, enthusiasm, and eagerness to learn have been the driving force behind the impact we have achieved through these webinars. I would also like to express my deep appreciation to Dr. Praveen Saxena for conceiving the idea behind this initiative. Dr. Mrs. Praveen Saxena, your continuous guidance and expertise throughout the 100 webinars have been instrumental in keeping us on the right path and ensuring the quality of content. A big thank you to Mr. Arpit Sharma for the wholehearted support and dedication to this initiative. Your unwavering commitment made it possible to turn this vision into a reality. We must also recognize Mr. Rohit Kumar for providing essential back-end IT support, ensuring the smooth operation of the webinars and technical aspects. Your behind-the-scene efforts have been crucial. Last but certainly not the least, our heartfelt thanks goes to King Ram for creating all the marketing collaterals from beginning till the end. Your creative touch and marketing expertise played a vital role in promoting webinars and reached a wide audience. Together as a team, we have made this journey a resounding success. Once again, thank you all for the dedication, passion, and unwavering support in making this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series a grand success. Thank you, Reddy sir.
Thank you, Girish, for making it possible and for organizing it. And I am very happy to be part of your 100th this thing. While
Definitely, sir.
Kohli,
We will find new ways to get in touch with each other.
thank you.
Okay.
So we will catch up at some other occasion. Bye.
Sure.
Thanks all the participants for patient
you.
listening and bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.